Audio Jungle.
Now, one of the common question is like, what is machine learning? So, like, we can define that how normal human person learn from their experience. Like human person learn from their experience. A robot or particular computer learn from their particular algorithm or functions, or you can say for the program. So, like, it's possible the machine can learn from their experience. So, like, this is possible, and this thing is called the machine learning, to teach the machine from their use data. And here the experience is like use data or data learn from the use data, that is called the machine learning. So now and here, like, we have the normal all type of problems, so we will divide it and we will try how to solve this that problem by use of the machine learning. So, like, we can define that normally in the books, or you will get a machine learning algorithm is a given teaching set of data, and then asked to use that data to answer a question. Means, first we need to teach the particular machine from their use data, or machine first learn the algorithm, or first learn from their use data, their previous data, and by use of that particular data, it's predict or it solve or it's give the answer of the any next question. Like, we can give the one example, like, there is one particular computer and we teach that in we by set of the photographs, find out the which is the cat and which is not a cat. And when we'll after the teaching, when we'll give the new set of data, it will be automatic able to find that which is the cat and which is the not cat. So this is called the machine learning, learn from their use data and learn from their experience, that is called the machine learning. So, like, just take a one more example, like there is just some x value, there is just some y value. When x equals to 5, then y equals to 8. When x equals to 10, then y equals to 12.5. When x equals to 15, then y equals to 18.2. Then when x equals to 20.4, then what the value of what the value will be the y. So, like, first, if we will solve this particular program by use of the machine learning, the first machine will learn from the start three value, because we have in starting we have three input variable and three output variables. So first a machine will learn from their use data, from their data, and it will be find out the particular algorithm, and by use of that it will be predict the value of the y when the x value will be 20.44. So it will be predict the particular value of the y. So how? By learn from is use data or the previous data, it will predict the some value, another solve the another problem, you can say. And machine learning then continuous add is like a, suppose that now machine learning solve the particular question, then it's store that particular teaching set of theory in their particular mind, and when it will be go to solve the next question, it will be become the more accurate and more faster or more smart. Now there are different programming language used for the solve or for the machine learning, like R, Python, SQL, SAS, Java, MATLAB. But one of the like famous for used for the R, and this is like a rate how many like R is used by the 60.5 and particular person and preference by the most of person. And the Python and MATLAB is also one of the famous language for the solve this particular problem, machine learning problem. And now we will use the Python, and in the Python we will use the different library, like scikit-learn, we can use TensorFlow, Theano. There are different library, and by use of that we can solve. We'll use the both all three libraries, and use of it we'll try to solve the different problems of the machine learning. So now let's talk about the application of the machine learning. And the first is the data security. And as we know that the data security is a very big issue nowadays. Like different virus is the very hug and the growing problems. And like one company like Kaspersky used the machine learning for solve the uh, or what is called a virus, or detect the virus from the particular files. And according to the company, it detects daily, it detects near about 3,25,000 new virus, and it solved it by use of it. Company use the machine learning for solution of for the detection of the machine learning. Then after financial trading, and in this particular sector is also mostly firm or the company use machine learning for predict the stock market or the rate of it. Actually, the normal person want to predict the rate of the stock market, but is mostly is like not precise or not accurate. But by use of the machine learning, uh, we will get the exactly or the more accurate value as a compared to the predict by the human. And how its machine predict the value is first learn from their is previous data, or you can say it's dependent data, and then after it's predict the new value or new rate. And healthcare sector is also a very big market of machine learning. In healthcare sector, for just take example, like machine learning is used for understand the risk of factor for disease in the large population. Like there's a hug amongst the most population, the this particular disease, how much it can be spread in the particular populations, or for prediction or some different type of the disease like diabetes, cancer. This is mostly used the machine learning. And marketing, this sector is also recommendation, like we all of use the Amazons and for the online shopping, and we are when we are going to choose the particular like cloth or something, we are getting the some recommendations over there. Actually what happens, it's by use of the machine learning and algorithms is used, first is learn the person activity, and they compare it to the millions of the users data, and on that basis is give the recommendation. So there is also use of machine learning in the online searching. In the Google search they also use the machine learning. Smart car, like by use IBM also like working on the smart car for like maintain the automatic maintain the internal part of like sound system, cooling part, depend on the person, or according to driver. So smart car or the self-driving car is also based on the artificial intelligence and the machine learning to learn from the value from the environment, and according to the give the particular output. Natural language process, like natural language process means to read the text data, and according to that set the, actually the Google is also using the NLP, natural language process, for the recognize the text data or the voice data and give the particular output. So it's mostly used in the Google searching and different online platforms. So application of the machine learning in the different area is very big, and it's have the very big futures in this. Now let's talk about the type of the machine learning. Actually, machine learning is generally divided in the two parts: supervised learning and unsupervised. So what is the supervised? Supervised means when the machine have input data some input data, and first it's learned from their particular input data, and then on that basis is give the predict the some other value. That is called the supervised learning. First it learn on the particular value in dependent value, and after that it's give the predict the some other value. That is called the supervised learning. It's have some label data, you can say. You can say like here the robot first learn from their use data or from environment variable, then after it's predict the some other value, solve the other problem. That is called supervised learning. And unsupervised learning, uh, when the machines do not have a like training data, is on prediction is read the value and give the corresponding, it's give the output. That is called the unsupervised learning. And now just take a common example. Suppose that you are providing a solutions to your kids for each and every solution situation in their life. It's called your kids are supervised. Okay, because you are giving a particular data, your experience, you are sharing your experience with your kids. So your kids are like, suppose that they are using their data, or you can say your experience, so it's called the supervised. So, and if your kids take their decision out of their own understanding, okay, on understanding is give the particular take a decision, that is called the unsupervised. What is the machine learning is all the based on the algorithm. In the supervised learning there are different algorithm based, but during the programs, like we'll not directly move on the algorithm. First we will solve it the mathematically, okay, like because algorithm is also like everything is based on the this thing. Machine learning is all based on the mathematics. So first we will solve uh, the problem by use of the mathematics formula. Then after we will use the different algorithms, and then we will solve it, and we'll use the different library of it, like sktlons or like tensorflow. We will use it for the Theano also, we will use it. Then just wait a minute, I will show you the one example for it. Like, just take a example. Okay, now here you can see here there are the different value of the x, and here the different value of the y, and we need to predict the value of the x data when the y data will be the 44.88. So first the machine will be learned from here the train data means here it will be run from this particular train this use data, or on that basis it will give the output of the 44.88. What the value will be x, it will give them. Let's take it. And here we are using a different library like matplotlib. This library you use for like a analyze of visualizations of our results and scatlons, and this is the machine learning library, and here we are using the linear model. So that's why numpy solve the mathematics and the data this thing for it. Now just take an example, we will go in this details, but during the training first we will learn how to like use the mathematic function, how to define this particular function in the by use of the program. Then after we'll move on algorithms. First we will solve it by use of mathematics formula. Now here, now let's give the particular output. Now here the set of the data, and according to it let's give the some other value. Here the what is the value of the x and y. So here let's give the particular output value. Yeah, this one is the linear regression. So here is a hypothesis line. Actually, what happened, I will go in the details. First, we need to understand is the mathematical format. Then we can move it here. First, we'll solve it use of mathematic formula. Okay, and then we will apply your gradient descent and different algorithm by use of we can solve it. So like here, like just wait a minute. Suppose that there is just some x and some y value according to that. Okay, and we need to predict the y here, like when x equals to 1 then y equals to 1, when 2 is 2 is 3, when 4 then we need to predict the some other value, like when the value of the 6. So if we need to first draw the hypothesis line which is the closest to the data and which give the like more precise value, then according to that we can find out the particular value and predict the value. So like in there the different classifications, like this one is come in supervised and so learning. Supervised learning is categorized in the linear and the classification. For the linear there's a different type of the problem is solved, classification solve the different type of the problem. In the supervised learning it's solve the different type when you do not have a label data or the train data, then how to solve that particular problem. Then we need to use the some algorithm of like ANN, neural network, and uh, PCA. We need to use that particular algorithm and we can solve it. Just take a one example, face detection, how to like detect the particular face if like if you have a like a different image, and how to detect the particular image. Like for that I'm using the OpenCV library and the NumPy, and like for that let's take. Okay, let's take this example file, uh, run it. Like here you can see I have the one particular image, then it detect the first eye and the face. Just take another examples also, like here now I will use the multiple persons in the particular one image, then we'll see it. You can see. So for detect the eyes, and according to that, it's also detecting the particular face. So like there are different format of it, and we will use that during the training on the different solve the different problems basis on it. We'll use the inner networks and PCM, the different algorithm we will use it for it. Now let's take one more example of it, yeah. So for recognize the particular digit, the first in the program I already use one particular data, so on that basis is give the this output. Let's check it out. Different, we can analyze it for digit recognition. So
this
like
is
in the different format is, and we'll use the different library and the different algorithms. Main thing in the machine learning is algorithms, and for which problem we should use that particular algorithms, because there are a number of algorithms, and but we will use the more than 6 to 7 algorithms, and solve the different problems, for the supervised learning, for the unsupervised learning. And in the unsupervised learning we will use the PCA and deep learning also we will go for that. And for the supervised learning we will use the different algorithms like gradient descent method, and ANN, and neural network, and regressions and classifications, SBM vector we will use. So different algorithms but we are not directly use the algorithms. First we will solve the all problem by use of the mathematical format. And first we will learn the how to use the Python, and the different library we will use, like a NumPy and the SASPy scientific library we will use. Then after we will solve it, the difference, we will see that how to like define, how to uh, normal mathematical questions to solve of by use of the program. Then after we will solve the different problem of machine learning by use of mathematical equation. Then after we will use the different algorithm, and then we will solve it. And so we will go from the very basics to the particular uh, different forms. We'll use the different algorithms, on that we will solve it. In the supervised learning there is also multiple variables. Just like take an example, like now we want to predict the price of the house on the basis of, there's you have multiple variables, like you have the size of the house, and you have age of house, and you have the distance, like how much distance is the from the main road. So like we know that when the age of the house will be high, so price of the house automatic decrease. And when the size of the house will be big and more, so its price also increase. And when the distance from the main road, or the from you can say uh, highway is near, so its price also high. So on there is also multiple variables. We can solve this problem by use of supervised learning also, this thing. You can give the more inputs, and we can predict the value. Like here, suppose that here I'm using a 3, then if you have the 5 different, then we can use it. We can predict the particular variable. It's not if it's only the one independent variables, or we have only the one one dependent variable. If you have, then we can predict. No, if you have the more, then we can also like do it in the linear regression, in the regression form, supervised learning. Machine learning is all based on the algorithm. If you love the mathematics, then you love the machine learning. Because why? What? Because first we will solve all the things by use of mathematics. Just same like 11 12th class, like the particular, we put the particular formula and solve it, so find the solution. But here the solution is goes near about more and more. It's take too much time. That's why we are using a programming part. It will be solved within the second. We can solve the linear regression and the supervised learning, all things by use of mathematics formula also, but it takes maybe 2 days, 3 days, because there's a number of possibility we need to take it. But by use of program, it will solve it within the second. Like for the stock, that's why there's a number of example basis on it we can take it. So first what I will do first, I will use the mathematics function and will try to solve use of the mathematics for that. So if you use the mathematics formula and will solve, then we will clear about the programming part, because in the programming we will use exactly that thing. Because what is the first we need to understand the what is the mechanism of the programming is same as a mathematics program, a mathematics formula. We'll same derive the mathematics formula in the programming part, and then we will solve it use of the different library. Okay, so then according to that we will give get the particular output of it within a second. So there are the number of more than 10 to 15 examples we will do during the this training, and different algorithms we will work on it.